I want to show you this as well. I don't know if you're ready to meet this person. This is the most pathetic man, potentially, in the history of the internet. And I know that's quite a statement, but I think he's in the running anyway. He's in the competition. So this is a guy walking through an airport. Do we have these pictures? Oh, here we go. So this guy's name is Aiden. And by the way, of course, he has his pronouns listed in his bio. I didn't have to tell you that. And you can't really see his picture there very well, but he looks exactly as you expect him to look. And he said, spotted in the United Terminal at San Francisco Airport. I've been in 4 airports this week, and far more travelers flaunt the mask regulations in U.S. airports versus the Canadian ones. I hope I'm not sitting next to her on this red eye. And then you see a woman who's just like sitting on the phone without a mask on. And so he's taking a picture of this woman to publicly shame her. And by the way, he posted this to Twitter. This is against the rules now. This is supposed to be against the rules. They were very explicit about this. To take a picture of someone and post it without their consent is against the rules. It gets you banned. But he's walking through the whole airport and taking pictures of everyone. And then he gets another guy, man, watching something on his tablet at gate E4. So there's just a guy watching something on his tablet, and he's taking a picture of this guy, no consent. And there's another guy. He takes a picture of him. I think there's one in the airplane as well. So he's just walking through. Man with stylish backpack between gates E4 and F5. So he's given the exact coordinates of these maskless people at the airport. I don't know for what reason. Does he think the FBI is going to swoop in? I'm not sure what exactly he's trying to accomplish. And then he's got man super spreader, gate F5. That guy is a super spreader. Aiden has decided. And of course, his name is Aiden, by the way. Everything about this. When I first saw that, I thought this got to be some kind of parody. There's no way. This is too perfect. A guy named Aiden with a mustache and pronouns in his bio, walking through the airport, crying as he takes pictures of maskless people. But it's not a parody. This appears to be completely real. And he's just determined that he's also decided, by the way, that all of these people are sick. And he goes on and on and on. How many pictures are there? He's taking pictures of minors, of kids, posting them online without consent. This is perfectly okay. Twitter's not going to take this down. All right, so we get the idea. And he's decided that all of these people are sick. This is the way that his broken brain works now, or fails to work. That every single person he sees, if he sees their face in public, they are a direct threat to him. And they're all sick. And they're all super spreaders. I mean, that one guy was sitting by himself. There's no one else around. And but he's now a super spreader. This is, along with mental illness, this is also pure cowardice. You know, C.S. Lewis said that courage is the form of every virtue at its testing point. And which means that, you know, you can't really have any other virtue if you don't have courage. Because in order to act upon any virtue, in order to be virtuous, then that also requires courage to act in that way. So then what does it mean when we become a country of cowards? When we become a country like this with men, I hesitate to even call him a man. Only in the biological sense is he a man. But what does that mean? And if we become a country of cowards, it means that we have no virtue at all. You get rid of courage, you get rid of all virtues. And these are people who are not only cowardly, but they have no shame. I mean, there have always been cowards in the world, right? But in the past, you'd be ashamed of your cowardice. You wouldn't want to advertise it. If you found yourself walking through a public area, shaking like a leaf in fear, because you're afraid someone's going to get you sick. In the past, you might have that experience if you're a very cowardly person, but you keep it to yourself. You wouldn't want other people to know. Now you've got people like Aiden advertising their cowardice for everyone to see. They're proud of it. They're proud of being fearful cowards. That has become its own, in our upside down world, that has become its own virtue. Now it's almost as though cowardice is the form of every virtue at its testing point. Hey, listen, hit the subscribe button. Do it right now. I demand it. And I thank you for your compliance. It is somewhat Appreciate it.